Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, yesterday I did a video evidencing how I made, well, a reasonable amount of money in just 4 days from a crypto called Radical. And I did go into step-by-step directions, but then a number of people watched that video. It went viral on and off YouTube. And some people have reached out to me saying, okay, Pastor Reno, can you break this down? Tell us a step-by-step guide on how we can make money from crypto, how we can make money from crypto the way you do in via indexing. And I've done this before, but I guess maybe some people have not seen some of my videos, so I'm going to go into more detail. Now, I told you guys before, you have to index, and before you can index, you're going to have to get maybe an Excel or a journal. Some people want to get probably another tool. That's okay. Maybe you can get some kind of app that helps you to index on the App Store or on the Google Play Store. But then an Excel is very good. An Excel is very good. So what you want to do is when you have an Excel, you want to just put in the price of crypto every 50 minutes, which is what I do. But then if you don't want to go that extreme, you might want to put it every hour. So you get the price of each crypto every hour. And then what you want to do is that you want to do that for a week. And then within a week, you should be able to get a moving average of the price of the crypto. A moving average. So what's a moving average? A moving average is the average of that crypto for the past 3 days. So maybe you have the average of the crypto for one day, you have the average of the crypto the second day, the average of the crypto the third day. So then you have a moving average. So by the fourth day, you can then begin to compare the moving average of the last 3 days with the price of the current day. So I'm going to give you an example. I invested in Radical, right? Radical because the moving average was actually lower than the current day price. That's why I knew that Radical was going to go up. And so I put in a lot of money in Radical. Now, if you see all over the internet right now, after I've done this, I did my video yesterday. And so I was talking about what I did 4 days ago. So after I've done this, Radical has just become a hot topic on the internet. A lot of people say, oh, Radical is going in, Radical is getting, let's go buy some Radical. It's already too late. See, by that stage, it's already gained. And so if you put money into it, chances are you're going to lose money because by that stage it's already gained. So if you look at Radical right now, yes, I did make some money from Radical, and Radical is still above $4. But if you take the moving average and compare it to today, you see that Radical is actually dropping. So to put money in Radical is going to be very risky. It's going to be very risky. As a matter of fact, I predict that if you put money in Radical, you're going to lose money. So that's the whole thing. So now, you have to do that for each and every crypto, and then you got to be very unemotional. You don't have to have favorites. You just have to be objective. You hover around them. So you look at all the other cryptos. For instance, now you see Krypton DAO. Krypton DAO, it looks good. It looks good on paper today. It's gotten, like a high today. But then if you look at the moving average, you see that Krypton DAO is actually down by about 57%. And so it's not a good idea based on my strategy when you look at moving averages. But then there are other cryptos that you can look at. You see, okay, Rocket Pool. Rocket Pool, based on moving averages, is actually doing well. I might put some money into Rocket Pool. I might put some money into Rocket Pool. I might put some money into Woo Network. Woo Network, based on my strategy. But then I don't want to go into a hunch. Oh, I have a hunch. No. This is a data-driven business. Indexing. And people have been doing indexing before me. A lot of people don't know. Banks all do indexing. They invest their money. So all the money that all of you guys save in banks, they invest their money in some kind of index. Either they're putting it in the S&P 500 or they're putting it in some other index, maybe the Russell Vanguard. They have a number of indexes that they put in. Or they're going to put your money into probably maybe a rate, a real estate investment trust. And even with the rates, banks are indexing. Investment firms are indexing. Goldman Sachs, Lehman Brothers, all of these guys, they are either indexing or they were indexing before they shut down. So what you have to do is find out how to index. And it's not rocket science, like I just told you. You can do it. What you need is a calm head. You don't want to get excited. You don't want to watch what's happening on crypto networks and get excited. Oh, they say this one is going up and then just go and buy. No, stick to your data. So I'm putting some money right now into Woo Network, into Rocket Pool. Maybe I might put some money into Conflux. But then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say that, oh, look, what was the moving average is always my question. What was the moving average for the last 3 days? If compared to the moving average for the last 3 days, it is not significantly up or it is down, I'm not going to put money into that crypto. That's how you make money. And then the other part of it is this. When you use that, use that strategy and it begins to pay off, what's going to happen is that you're going to see that on the first day, you might make some money, some reasonable money. I normally put in about probably something like 100,000. It depends on the crypto. But one thing I also do, if a crypto is going up, but it doesn't have a white paper, and it's not on 3 exchanges, it's not on Coinbase, it's not on Binance, it's not on eToro, I'm not going to go into that crypto. I'm not going to buy it, even though my strategy says I should buy it. Because, it needs a white paper. It needs to have a white paper. If it doesn't have a white paper, then, basically, I don't know what about, anything about this crypto. So I'm just like, I'm investing in the dark. And I don't like to do that. I like information. So I want to know that it has a white paper. So for me, I'm going to look that it has a white paper, and then it's on Coinbase, it's on Binance, it's on eToro. I might add a fourth, it must be on Kraken. So once I see that it's met that criteria, I'm going to put in money into it. But when I put in money into it, as soon as I have a reasonable margin, what's a reasonable margin? A reasonable margin is probably between 15% and 35%. I'm going to cash out. A lot of times when I cash out too early. But then there are times that I cash out just soon enough, and then it begins to go down. So you don't have to be greedy, because these are investments, they're securities. So there's a lot of risk involved. So if you are greedy and say, it's going up, maybe it's going to go up tomorrow, and then I'll make so much money, and then tomorrow it just goes down, you've lost all your money. So you got to be careful about that. So what you want to do, so say I invested with 100,000, right? If I can make on that 100,000, about 35,000 in about 3 days, I take out all my money, and then I keep my 100,000 back, which is my principal. I keep it back into my business account, and then I can keep trading with that $35,000. Now, the $35,000 is just money I made, free money. So if it goes up, if it goes down, it doesn't really hurt me that bad. So at this point in time, after about 3 years, I am not trading with my principal anymore. All my principal is locked away. So all this money I'm making is money I'm making from profit on top of profit. So that's how you do it. So you want to just follow this strategy. Be cold, be calculating, not in real life. Don't be cold and calculating in your relationships. Don't be cold and calculating with your siblings. Don't be cold and calculating with your friends. Don't be cold and calculating, at work. But then with this business, crypto exchange, crypto buying, crypto trading, you got to be cold and calculating, because that's the only way you're not going to get burned. Look at me. I've been doing it for 3 years. I have not gotten burned. Why? Because I just follow these simple rules. I index every day. And then when I index, if I have a moving average, and then the moving average is lower than the current day price, then I might consider investing in that cryptocurrency. Once I invest in that cryptocurrency, I have to make sure that before I invest in that cryptocurrency, I've got to make sure that it has a white paper, and then also it's on at least 3 major exchanges. It has to be on Coinbase, it has to be on Binance, it has to be on eToro, and then I add a fourth. It has to be also on Kraken. And then I invest money. And once I invest money into that crypto, I make sure that I got in the 15 to 35% margin. Once I get that, I cash out immediately. And so if the crypto continues to rise, okay, good, fair enough. But if it falls, then I'm not burned. It's just that simple. Very, very simple. Now, my name is Ronald Mokri. I'm giving you some step-by-step guides. But perhaps you don't understand them. Perhaps my accent is funny, or perhaps maybe I talk too fast, or perhaps you don't even like my face. Anything, it doesn't matter. Put your questions in the comment section of this video, and I'm going to do my best to respond to each and every category. But you got to remember, I do not have a WhatsApp forum, a Telegram channel, or a Gmail email address. So scammers see that my videos tend to go viral. So they've created a number of fake YouTube profiles, and they approach me in the comment section of my videos with my image. Can you imagine? They just look for my photos, and they use my image to make their profile photo, and then they approach you and they say, helpline, guideline, one-on-one mentoring, contact me for more profitable information. When you contact them, they're going to ask you to pay $1,000, and that's the last you're going to hear from them. And then you start chasing me, the real Ronald Mokri, saying, you've duped me. No, I haven't duped you. That's why I've given you this warning. Now, this is the Apostle of Prosperity saying, God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is